So I just want to show up a new feature that we have for the witchcraft. So now we have a way to dynamic create logs for us. So logs, no, nodes. So what I mean by this is that, let me just comment this out. Yeah, so we have a new command called artisan witchcraft make node. And that, let's say that we have a task that we need to create something that will process our order and it will return the information to someone, let's say in the marketing team that wants to send some kind of a message or automation, whatever. So what you can do here is that you can use this command to create a custom node to do that for you. So in this case, we created this node, and as you can see, it creates two main files. One is the PHP side, which is the handler, and the other one is the view file, which is the front, so where you can actually change how the UI looks like, or maybe sometimes you have to fetch data from here to there. Whatever you need, you can do on this file using JavaScript and Vue.js. So now that we have this file, so let's say that on the output key, what we can do here is that we can create, let's say, orders. And let's say that your orders, let's say, returns some kind of, you could return a model, you can return whatever you want. In this case, I'm going to return a status. Yeah, that's good. So it returns the ID of one and the status of processed. So in this case, I'm just going to change this to true or false. So in this case, just to be easy in the condition. Now, what I can do here is I'm going to go back to my diagrams. And let's say, by the way, the node has been loaded already here as a custom, as you can see. But let's say that every time there's a trigger, I want to, we don't need to worry about the name here, to be honest. I want to basically process this custom order. All right, I want to do something with it. And then what I want to do here is that I want to extract the JSON, because this is going to return as a JSON file. And I want to create a condition. And then basically on the condition of this, what I would like to do is that I would like to send, let's say, two alerts. I want to send one alert if it's false, and I want to send another alert if it's true, right? So let's say that we are expecting to be true, and this is going to be basically, I don't know, send customer message. And here is like send team message, doesn't matter. And I am gonna just save this data to test data. And now, here's the thing. I'm not entirely sure how this data is gonna look like, so let's just run the simulation just to see how it works. So as you can see, the simulation is running. And let's check what's the data here for our third node, which is the one that returns. As you can see, the source event hasn't been found, because the process order nodes, it returns a key called just custom output. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to change this to custom output. And on the order, I am going to return, so I'm going to do order. And let's say I want to grab the status. And now I'm going to save this. And let's say that every time it's true, if it's equals true, we're going to send a customer message. Otherwise, we're not going to send it anything. So as you can see, that's loading, and then it's going to true. And then the cool thing about it is that you can come here, you can change this to, let's say, false. Let's say your process here didn't work out, whatever. And you can just go back and you can press simulate, and as you can see, everything is already working. Okay. The best way to do this, for example, would be, let's say that let's just go back to our diagrams, and let's just get our number ID is 19. So let's say that we can call the witchcraft trigger 19. Let's say that we're adding a certain status. I'm just going to do it here. So the status is active, or in this case, we could even pass, let's say, collect, and then we can create this kind of stuff here. But in this case, I'm just going to put test, and then I'm going to put, let's say, test here. So I'm just example of how this is working. So now what I can do is that this is going to pass the data back to the handler here. So what I can do that is that I can DD and see what is going on. So in this example, is passing because it must be a type of array. No problem. What we can do here is that we're just going to go back to the collect, and then we'll just do to array. Okay. It's easy to work with arrays, but anyway, so we're passing the array, we're passing the status. This is something that is coming up from the extracted value, for example. And then on the process order, you can get this, you can do whatever you want inside this data. And I think, if I am not mistaken, you can even pass like a collection inside this data. So you could do a collect, and then you can maybe that would that work? On here it's not complaining, so I guess if I do a dd there, you see it's passing a collection, but it's becoming to an array. So then in here you can handle your logic. And the good thing about it is that on the flow diagrams here, when they execute the node, you have all the triage of what's happening with that node in real time, more or less. And as you can see, it's running the data, it's sending the order, whatever, and then it's running the data. So yeah, that's the new feature I wanted to show. Thanks.